Did she cheat? I need specific reasons why it's indicated. This is my first time posting here. I feel like no matter how I word it, that advice here is going to skew towards leaving. Rationally I see it, but I'm reluctant. I still love her. We've been married around 3 years, together 8. About 6 weeks ago, my wife changed drastically in the way she acted and treated me. She told me there was an emotional wall between us and she was unable to feel. She told me she still loved me, but wasn't in love with me. She told me she needed time to find herself and decide what she needed to be herself again. She wanted me first to leave, then stay. She wanted to keep me around while she made up her mind. She told me that while she was in this state she still thought it was possible to fix things, but she wouldn't have intercourse with me because she felt no emotional attachment. 3 weeks ago, this reached a climax. I finally pulled it out of her that she wanted to end it. She pretended like things were okay and normal, while I was dying inside from her holding our future in her hands. I needed an answer. She finally told me it was over. I felt horrible for a night. I called in from work the next day to start looking for a new job in a new location. That night, when we were both home, she was sobbing and repentant. She was pained and making it very clear she thought she made a mistake. We had great intercourse. She made me hope again. I believed her. A few days later she told me she had planned a night out with an old friend. A female coworker from the past, transplanted to the area we are in now. I was supportive. I believe she needs to be more social. After this, the way she acted towards me again dipped. She started flipping back to being unsure. She looked for and found faults. We got drunk one night and instead of being more fun or playful, she became extremely negative and ranted about things she is annoyed about. She started withholding intercourse again. All the while, I was losing my mind. I just wanted to know what the hell was going on. Why was it so hard for her to try? So hard to find fault in herself while seeing nothing but faults in me. But I continued to try. A week ago, I found something out that deeply hurt me. I showed a coworker a picture of my wife and I and he recognized her. Holy shit is her name, is she age, she's on Tinder. I am grateful to this friend, but this hurt intensely. I left work early that Saturday, and confronted her. After much lying and pulling she finally admitted 2 things. 1. It was actually Hinge. 2. She had went on a date with a guy for drinks, supposedly, the night she met her old co-worker. This was after we made up, reconciled our love, etc. She did this because she told me she needed to feel again. She was extremely sorry. She had a trip planned months ago with her best friend that she left for 2 days later. I wanted her to go. I wanted her to be happy, but I've had 3 days now to think, drink alone. I was sober for 7 months until this sequence of events broke me, and consider what the hell to do. She is adamant nothing physical happened. But I have doubts based on the amount of lying. Her mother has severe narcissistic traits, and has been hospitalized recently. Her family situation has been putting immense stress on her. She is trying to get help, and she knows she needs medication and therapy to manage her problems. Meanwhile, I moved over 3,000 miles to be with her here 6 months ago to be nearer to her family who is dealing with a severe terminal illness. One of the jobs I applied for a bit. I had 2 interviews and I've all but been offered the job. It would be good pay, housing provided, and would put me back in driving distance to my own family. It would be another 3,000-mile move and would finalize our split if I took it. I have 6 days to decide. I still love her. She was nothing but supportive for years. She lived in a dead-end town near my family while we dealt with our own terminal illness. She kept it together while my mental health spiraled in the past, some BPD, and was an alcoholic. Since then I found a medication that worked for me, have been trying to fix our relationship, have been working on myself every day. I unfortunately relapsed with this situation, but I'm still trying to stay positive and will sober up when this is resolved. I see this as an illness. But my eyes are wide open. Is this the beginning, or will her proclamation that I'll never do this again stick? She wrote down her decline and everything she did to remind herself how bad it can get. She's getting therapy and is going to try medication. I don't know what to do. I love her, and married for sickness and good health. I believe this isn't her. But she hurt me so deeply and destroyed my trust. Not so much the date, but the deception, cowardice, and manipulation that the last 2 months have entailed. Other subs have surmised that she cheated. Please give me hard reasons and truths as to how this is the case. Be brutal if you feel you have to. I feel like I'm blinded because I'm too close and in denial possibly. I have been on these infidelity forums since 2012. In that time I have never known a "I love you but I'm not in love with you anymore" to not mean she is cheating.